Okay. One of the things I haven't shared is that 2.5 years ago, a dog attacked. I had an old bully boy named Ben, and a Belgian Malinois came at us mouth. You know, that's what I saw coming at me and Ben was a mouth like that. And he had been abused. Truthfully, I don't blame the dog. Um, Horrible owner. I live in an area that is got a park manager. I went and told him there's going to be a problem. There's going to be a problem. Somebody's going to get hurt. Never thinking it was going to be me and my dog. So anyway, long story short, I got on the ground. Of course, you know, his full intent was to kill Ben. You know, Ben was another dog. I don't think this dog cared if you were male or female or no male, no female. You know, he didn't care what you were as long as you were a dog. And so here he came. And of course, Ben was old. He was a big dog, but he was an old dog. No teeth. He himself came out of a bad situation. So anyway, long story short, again, my dog wasn't going to die in front of me. So I'm on the ground trying to, and you know, the Belgian never went for me. It was only Ben. And I was in that dog's face. He could have taken my face out. I'm falling, you know, being drugged. He's dragging Ben. He's got Ben right in through here. And he's dragging Ben, dragging me. And I keep falling on the right knee, falling on the right knee, falling on the right knee, screaming at the owner who is standing there watching us, this older dude. And I'm screaming, get your dog, get your dog, get your dog. And all these people are gathering around us because everyone living around us in their cubicle could hear it. And so they're hollering. I'm hearing them holler, get your dog, get your dog. And nobody can get this dog. And well, they wouldn't get involved, and I don't blame them. But long story short, he finally did get on his hands and knees, because that's what it took. And he got a hold of the dog, and then he lost him, so he got right back on top of Ben. So I'm falling on the right knee, falling on the right knee. Finally, we got him off of Ben, and I told Ben to go home, and bless his little heart. I mean, he took out 90-0. He was scared. He didn't want to leave me. It was like he was afraid to leave me, but he didn't want to stay. So then that was in August, a couple of years ago. And then in January, same dog starts running down the hall. I had opened up the door to go outside, and he hit the side of my right knee, and he blew it out. Tore meniscus on the right and left side. Well, I've got 3 dogs, so who's going to take care of the dogs while I'm hobbling around in a leg brace and crutches? These dogs have to walk, and they're big dogs. We're not talking about baby dogs. So I did PT, everything I could to let it heal, but the leg didn't heal straight. So the leg is crooked. You know, it won't fully extend straight. I'm going to be moving a little bit, because any of y'all who, even if you had a meniscus repair, sometimes it doesn't heal straight. So I went to my brother's orthopedist, and he kept saying, you know, because he kept saying, go see my doctor, go see my doctor. So, okay, I went to see his doctor. And he told me, well, basically it's too late to do anything. And I told him, I said, oh, really? Laid my head on his desk and tried not to cry, because, you know, 2 of my dogs had passed in that 2-year period. So I was thinking, well, with 1 dog, I might can swing this. I might absolutely, I'm going to put you down here, might absolutely be able to swing this. So he came back in with a handout. He said, buy this, very inexpensive, about $179, looked like some kind of torture rack. He said, his son had been to Afghanistan, 12 knee surgeries, leg wasn't straight, and he got it straight. Now he told me, he said, now he's a lot younger than you, and I thought, who wouldn't? And he said, so it only took him 3 weeks. He said, I'm going to tell you, it's going to take you longer. And I told him, I said, yeah, I figured that. But anyway, so I bought it, ordered it, got it, and have been using it pretty faithful. Supposed to do it 10 minutes a day, 3 times, 10 minutes at a time, 3 times a day. And I've been doing that fairly, faithful, hitting more 2 than 3. Like right now, this is my 2nd time. See, I'm strapping it on me. But believe it or not, it is actually straightening the leg. I think I'm in my 3rd or 4th week. Now, he told me several times, it's gonna hurt, it's gonna hurt. And, I mean, I've been around the block several times. And, no new, pain is no new anything to me. But, so, I'm telling you, yes, I understand. It's gonna hurt, it's gonna hurt. So this is there it is. And trying to pull it up underneath my butt a little bit more. So you put it on. Let me change hands here. You put it on, and there it is. And you pull the strap and you put it down. I did it this morning, so it's, once you do it, it's like, okay, the rest of the day is gonna be a little sore. I'll get better at this as we go, y'all. But anyway, I just thought there's got to be somebody who could benefit for something like this. And he said he had a woman who was closer to my age, which is, senior citizen. I think she was like going into her 70s. And he said her leg had been crooked. And when I mean crook, I mean the hand. See, you're like, this is your leg, and that knuckle is my kneecap. Well, the leg will, instead of being able to do that, it can only do, it's about right. Well, it's better, but it's about right there. And so that's extremely hard to walk with something like that. It hurts, it aches. Truthfully, I don't care if I am beginning to hit the 70s. It's embarrassing, it makes you self-conscious. Embarrassed is not the right word. Self-conscious is definitely the right word. So you sit, and sometimes you have to work the band. It's not easy to put on. See, you have to, I'm going to set you down for a second. You have to work the, there we go, I'm back. And so then what you do is you make it tight. And you make it tight. And then you sit and you wait. You wait. And you set your phone for 10 minutes. And so during that 10 minutes, you constantly, or once you feel like you can move the leg a little bit like that, then okay, I've got to tighten it up. So you tighten it up. And then you come back to the second one and you tighten it up. And I will do this, like right now it's hurting. I will do this for 10 minutes. And the last minute, I'm constantly going back, readjusting, but the last minute of the 10 minutes, I crank it, and literally have to sit here and go 1, 2, 3, in my head, anything to not be thinking about it. But this is for if you have a leg that won't fully extend, and usually from a meniscus tear. An ACL tear, you know, that ACL has to grow back to they can. You don't have to have surgery always. Now, sometimes you do. But they will. My son had an ACL tear, and his did reattach. Of course, age is a factor. It is a factor as far as the ability to heal well, etc. I did physical therapy for 18 months off and on. It's not that I didn't try. I did a manipulation where they put you to sleep and they go in and they break all the scar tissue by extending the leg straight, bending the leg, extending the leg, extending, bending, rotating it all around. My doctor actually filmed it, and my daughter, he showed it. I guess he used his phone because she said he showed it to her on the phone. She said he had your leg going every which way but. And the next morning when I got up, I stood up, the leg just went right back to where it was. So, and I went right into PT immediately, and this is the first thing that I am beginning to experience a leg that is beginning to straighten out. I think I'm going into my 4th week. Oh, see it, man, it's hurting. But I probably will have to do this at least once I get it fully straight, which I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if it wasn't 3 or 4 months, if not 6. And this will have to probably be something I have to do, from now on out, a couple of days a week, just to, when I get to that point and it more or less wants to stay straight, because that's one of the problems. You can get it straight, but then it doesn't want to stay straight. But this is my 2nd video today, and I thought, well, let me do something educational. If you have a meniscus tear, and even with surgery or without surgery, if your leg won't straighten up, this is and you can just call it a leg